try out Oxygen Not Included. As you can see, it's in the early stages of development. Hopefully it'll all go well. One of the first things, of course, that we need to do is adjust the audio levels. So that way you can hopefully hear me. If enabled, background music will play every cycle instead of every few cycles. I don't know if I want that or not. What do you guys think? I'm going to say off. Okay. I have no idea what the controls are. Hopefully I'll be able to figure them out as I play, or hopefully I'll have access to this key system when we're in there. Graphics look good. Temperature units are in Celsius. As a Canadian, that makes me very happy. And here we go. Just a normal standard game. I love when different games have the loading screens with really funny messages or interesting messages. I've seen a lot of other YouTubers and people play this game. So I have an idea of how it works. Like this guy, to me, Rowan, looks pretty awesome. Ellie, not so great. She's a little slow. And Banny looks pretty good. I guess the big things to worry about are these traits. The attributes are a nice thing to have, really high level, but these traits can really determine whether or not they are the person you want to grab. So for traits, this person's an interior decorator, so requires a little bit of extra decor. And a negative trait is that they're a yokel, so they can't do research, which is fine. We have a caregiver and a slow learner. Uncultured, which is interesting, and gastrophobia, so cannot cook. I think having a stress response of an ugly crier is probably better than a stress response of destructive or binge eating. So we're gonna shuffle out this person, and we have an amazing cook who is narcoleptic. Oh, that's great. Let's try again. Nope. Definitely not. Amphibious is interesting. But a weakened immune system is probably not great for my first time around. Can't fight, but they have lots of strength. That's interesting. I think this is our people. Our colony is going to be called Titan 1. And we're just going to rename these people. Just as something a little bit more dehumanizing. First, second, and third. That way I'll always know who I started out with, because I wasn't going to remember those names. I'm horrible with names. They come through the little teleporter gateway thing. Alert! Your crew has awoken stranded inside a distant asteroid. Oddly, they can't recall how they got there. They'll need to survive to find answers. I don't know how much of the story that they've been able to get through their development process yet. So I have lots of interesting build options. And a lot of this is things that I've seen before. I've never seen a bottle emptier or a liquid bottler before. I'll have to learn what those do. Wash basin, massage table, cot. Yeah, for the most part we look good. We got some water over here. Looks like there's some oxygen inside this area, so we'll have them dig that out. And it's going to take me a little bit to get used to all these controls. We have the priority system, which I think is a really smart move. I think a lot more games should have a priority system. Ah, we're already being attacked. Let's see what we can do about that. Can we stop this creature? We can. And we got meat. That's good, I hope. Get a storage thing. Space heater. That's interesting. I feel like there's a lot of options to start out this game. I know we'll need an outhouse. I don't really want to put that very close to where I'm living. So let's just dig out a nice big area here. You can see this oxalate here is what's giving this area oxygen, and it'll actually get used up over time, which means I'll either have to find other areas that have it, or figure out a different way to generate oxygen. So that would be interesting. I haven't seen these little creatures before. Shine bugs. That's interesting. They add some light. We got some more oxalate down here in this area, so I might need to move down there pretty quickly. I feel like I got a good amount of oxalate to start out with, so I think we should be able to fill this area pretty well. Alright, let's get an outhouse made. Another item that I know we need is this microbe pusher, which requires power, which means we'll have to do a little manual generator somewhere. And maybe a tiny battery. And I feel like that's a lot of stuff to be built right at the start here. I know also one of the things I'm going to want to build early on is actually a bed for these people to sleep in. Otherwise they don't wake up de-stressed. And stress is actually one of the things that you have to kind of control going forward in this game. I have to run a little wire. There we go. This is kind of interesting. They've added a threshold for the battery recharge. Right now my battery's empty, so I expect that when all this wire gets hooked up that someone will want to jump in there to start charging the battery to 50%. I don't know why, but I just assumed that they would place the wiring inside of the material, but I guess they only do that for the traditional tile. So let's go ahead and throw some tile down. We'll bump up the priority of these tiles. And it looks like they're getting a little cold. Let's 22 degrees, 22, 22. That's plenty warm. It's warmer than I would like. Let's make some really gross mush bars, because apparently that's a thing. I love that you can zoom in and out. The zoom in is actually really, really good. I love the level of detail that gives you. It actually almost makes it seem like it has a sketch quality to it. Ooh. That's interesting. I didn't know there was such a thing as red alert before. So one of the things that they're looking for is a wash basin. Where's that under? Let's try to set one of those up there. We'll see how that goes. Now it looks like we have enough calories for a little while, and we're getting a fairly decent amount of raw materials. We're going to need to be able to get access to this water soon. So let's go ahead and we'll try to dig that out, and then we'll place some tiles down. Oh, it's time for everyone to go to sleep. Hopefully they'll now have access to the water that they need to be able to activate these machines. We have washroom, generator, we have power, we have food, we have supplies, we have air. It's nice and warm. The evil creature that was attacking us is gone. I think this is hopefully a pretty good start. My storage is okay. Apparently my storage is ugly though. It has a decor of -9 for a 2-tile radius. Interesting. So I'm assuming one of the next things I should work on is a research station to start building up new technology. I'm also going to want to probably look at how to deal with the food situation, and maybe an oxygen system. Even though we're very breathable currently, I think that will change very quickly as we move around this map. We got some algae up there, some algae down here. We'll probably head down here first. There looks to be some plants here. Some oxygen, very breathable. All right, we have our research station. It needs power, so we gotta wire it up. And it needs someone to research things. And we should probably start with maybe, what do we think? Not power regulation, not liquid piping, not gas piping. Maybe some basic farming? That leads us into meal prep and into agriculture. I feel like liquid piping brings us lots of cool new technology, but I don't know how useful it'll be right off the start. That's, I think, the hardest part of these kinds of games, is trying to figure out what is going to be the most useful to you at the start of the game. everyone's busy eating away. Light wounds, grimy, minor injuries. My people are doing so well. Tip. Germ overlay. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. They look really gross. They have little yellow spots all over them. Oh, they have food poisoning. Well, that's not good. What else? Fetching water. Duplicate temperature, so we can do temperature. So you can see the water's cold. Okay. Basic controls. H to return to there. Tab to speed up or slow down the simulation. Space to pause. G is the dig tool. That's helpful. Insufficient oxygen generation. Well, that's not good at all. It's still very breathable. I don't think I have any algae currently, so I don't think there's going to be a lot I can do there yet. My storage is almost full already. That's not great. I do have someone on research. Go third. If I remember correctly, you could actually assign jobs based on what people are good at. So that's kind of nice. Let's see here. Research, research, research. No one's really great at it. Okay. Whoa, something's happening. Though I don't know what. I think you can build ladders still. Yeah, that's correct. So let's go ahead and build the ladder. I don't know how much that's going to help, but hey, we can now do that. Let's go ahead and speed things up a bit. I love the priority system. I think that's really helpful. And this overlay makes it very easy to tell what I need to do. Ooh, muckroot. Oh, we can't prioritize picking up muckroot. Okay. Oh, you can even set what food people can eat. That's kind of creepy. Everyone's stress is good. Everyone's health is okay. They're pretty full. They've had enough calories today. We're halfway done research. We're gonna get another person soon if we want. I'm still feeling like this was a good start. I'm always amazed at how quickly other people are able to expand their bases. One thing I have seen other people do is avoid getting too many people in their colony at the start. I think that's pretty wise. Every person uses food, every person uses oxygen, every person requires more, you know, cots and outhouses and water and all those other things. So kind of keeping your initial team fairly small makes sense. Of course, that also means that you can't do many things at a time. I can't build and harvest and create electricity and research and make food all at the same time. I kind of have to pick and choose. I'm hopeful I can use this to make more food, so we're going to go ahead and place those there. And we're going to put a briar seed in it. I think that's just a decorative seed and not something I can get food from, which is kind of a shame, but let's go ahead and start with that. And I have a bunch of new technology. Look at that. Compost heap. A planter box. What else did we get? An algae terrarium. Let's go ahead and build one of those too. Why not? Start planting some food. Set up the next research. Electric grill, refrigerator, and farm tile. We should probably stick to all the tier 1 technologies first. So let's go ahead and do, I guess, liquid piping? Sure. We'll probably need that sooner rather than later. Hey, I can get a new person. Is anyone interesting? Destructive, and vomiter. A narcoleptic vomiter. That's great. If I can spell, that'd be helpful. Alright. 4, you're coming to the club. We'll eventually get you a bed. Hopefully. Actually, maybe, while I'm thinking of it, we'll carve out another layer. What do you think? Right here. Oops. We're gonna need a new ladder now as well. That was kind of silly of me. How do we get people to grab us water? I really don't know. Oh, look at that. Duplicants can only carry bottled liquids. I did not know that. That's very important. I guess we will have to... Oops, not that. Prioritize. Number 9, this thing. Alright, hopefully someone will make that, because we've had a bunch of things without liquid because I didn't realize. That's what happens when you come into a game and there's some new mechanics. It's strange that they find it cold here. The temperature looks fine to me. Oh, that's interesting. Their guns can now disinfect things too. I didn't... That's what the green cloud is. Alright, so one of the first things we need to do is build another bed. So we're going to go ahead and do that right there. Unfortunately, that person is not in the most oxygen-rich area, so we're going to have to figure out how to deal with that as well. We also need more storage. And we need to provide power to this oxygen thing. Lots of ugly wires running everywhere. I'm sure no one will mind. And it's bedtime. I've definitely seen nicer looking initial colonies. But all 4 of my original people are still alive, so I guess that's a good start. I'm really interested to see what you can do with these other creatures that exist. And if there are like new plants and things that I can use. Ooh, there's a security door over here. But I have to get through chlorine gas to get there. Oh, that's perfect. Let's see if we can get these people to clean this area up. Hey, we completed our liquid piping research, so let's go into power regulation now. I feel like we have good oxygen everywhere. The temperature is looking okay everywhere. We have a way to get water. We got storage that's full. We got people cleaning outhouses. Isn't that great? I'm starting to get low on the amount of calories of food we have. But I definitely don't want to make more mush bars unless I have to. These little creatures that come out at night are kind of a little scary. Oh no, it's eating things. Please don't hurt my people. You little crazy creature. Look at him eating things. Oh, and he just disappeared again. Oops. How do we not build? Can we just... There we go. So this area has a bunch of oxalite, but it's not doing anything currently, which hopefully means that once I open up this area, it'll push some of that oxygen up here. Not that we need more oxygen yet, because we're still doing all right for breathable gas, but this is another nice little expansion area that I can have. I'm really lucky that there's a lot of water around and it's not all like polluted water. We have a lot of chlorine, carbon dioxide, hydrogen, interesting, polluted oxygen, natural gas. There's definitely some areas that are getting a little thin with oxygen. As you can see, the oxalate was now pumping away. It's getting used up. And I can get another person if there's someone good. Yokel with an irritable bowel, a squeamish, destructive technician, a slow learner, binge-eating physician. I don't want any of those. And so now I'll have to wait until the next cycle to be able to get another person. Which can be a good thing. We have 4 people currently, which means we're getting a fair number of jobs done all at the same time. It would have been nice to have a 5th person, but we can wait. And it's bedtime, and that creepy little creature came back out again. I wish I had some kind of defense system to stop him in the evening. I don't mind that he's eating things, I just don't want him to attack my people. Oh, it looks like a tiny battery is just not enough power anymore for all the things that we have going. So I'll probably have to build another battery, which should be easy enough. Do we do a big one? Yeah, let's do a big battery. These new wires that exist are kind of interesting. There's definitely a lot more power related technology than there was the last time I played. And some liquid stuff as well. It looks like this little creature gives off light, which helps the plants grow faster. But this room is actually too warm? Yeah, too warm for the plants to grow. That's interesting. Hey, we got new technologies. We got a mess table, ceiling lights, massage table, some more decor. And it also means we need new research. Oh. Man, that creature comes out exactly as the sun goes down and it's bedtime. Number 4 is very stressed out. What we probably need to do is actually build a massage table to put number 4 into to reduce stress. So let's go ahead and see about building one of those. There we go. And once we add power to it, apparently, because it needs power. That's unfortunate. Oops. I am not good at running cabling. There we go. Some more ugly wires. Make sure food is refrigerated. Make more oxygen. I'm doing the best I can. I mean, the game is called Oxygen Not Included, so of course making oxygen is going to be one of the most difficult parts of the game. And we're like one wire away from having a massage table. Come on, somebody. They have these airlocks, pneumatic doors. The coal generator is interesting. I don't think that existed when I last played. Number 4 got to use the massage table. How's her stress? Still really high. Not sleeping well. Not getting good decor. I mean, we can go ahead and add a sculpting block to the area. I don't think it's, no matter who works on the actual artwork for it, I think the actual sculpture is going to be pretty poor, but maybe it'll make 4 feel a little bit better. And as we come to night again, I think we're actually going to save. And thank you all for watching.